Hello everybody, and welcome to the second part of the SMP. Now, scene. I think a bit early for our meeting. I still don't fully know what his deal is with the Nether, but hopefully he'll explain that a bit more today. It's those other Nether dwellers did seem concerned about his interest, but I think it's good that he has interest in my home. Like, isn't that a good thing? I shouldn't have come to the meeting so early. I got a few minutes before it starts, I think. It's gonna be interesting. I'm concerned that something might go wrong. Like, I don't know exactly. Like I hope that we can become strong allies and that our friendship will only grow, but my fellow Nether dwellers really think that there's stuff behind these Overworldians and that they're gonna only cause trouble for us. I don't really believe that myself, but what if they're right? What if what if they all do just cause trouble for us? What if things go wrong? And then there's that. Oh, hopefully I can conceal that. I don't know why that's been starting. I don't know why that's happening. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do I don't know. I do not like how that feels. What if I ended up hurting them? I don't know what that... No. Alright. It's time for the meeting. Let's repress that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna hold that in. Everything's gonna go fine. This meeting is gonna go fine. It's gonna be okay. Hello.
Good to see you again, Ravana.
Always a pleasure.
Now, for the matter discussed, I have a meeting room set up, if we'll head down there.
Ooh, a meeting spot. How quaint.
It's nothing fancy.
Never get used to those berry bushes just being all around your house.
Appropriate place for each of us.
Nice little place to talk about things, negotiate. Quaint. I like it.
Thank you. Now, as for things to discuss, I do have a particular item I believe could strengthen our alliance.
Oh? What would that be?
As I am a blacksmith by trade, I have something made that I believe you would be interested in.
Well, by all means, I'd like to see. Peace. And carved in it.
A simple but strong gesture.
I I see. Of course, I would love to accept peace between us.
All right.
Do I tell?
As you can see by my arm, I had some trouble at an area to the west of here.
What happened?
In simple terms, an attack on the Underdark.
Oh, yeah. I've been recently shown the Underdark. I heard. Yeah, I heard about that.
While I was in the Underdark, while I was being assured that it was safe, or at least I suppose I was, a creeper came from above and killed me on impact.
Yes, I'm unsure how to feel about them in that place.
I do not believe the Underdark is a safe place yet, so I will remain away from it.
Yes, it seems to be, from what they've explained, it's easier to navigate for nether dwellers because of all the lava, all that. And I'm kind of worried that that might be on purpose.
Well, that's their business. I don't need to navigate their place, as that is their place.
Might make trade and travel and stuff a bit more difficult, especially after I saw their roads. Can't really use those if the place is harder to get to.
Have you heard of their Nether Highway project?
I have seen it.
Oh. How are their highways?
They're made of a fiery block that burns anyone but them. So, I can tell that the sides are made of more normal blocks, but the whole entire middle part of the bridge is made of a fiery block that burns.
Magma?
Yes.
Interesting. That was never mentioned when they were talking of the highway. They assured it'll be safe for my travel.
I'm from the Nether, and it's not even safe for my travel. I burn on those blocks. That's why I've been a bit worried about their design and ideas.
I will need to discuss this with them then.
Yeah. That would be a smart thing to do.
So, for other news, I believe I have found a small step forward in my attempts of research.
And what would that be?
While exploring, I stumbled across a red desert. In the red desert, there were many examples of life that were smaller, such as smaller trees, smaller bushes, things of that nature. And one thing that I found interesting was the sandstone. It's interesting that the red variety of sand from our world depicts a three-headed creature from yours.
Three-headed creature.
The inscriptions of it said the name Wither.
Well, wither skeletons are very common in our world. So if it has 3 heads, I'd assume maybe 3 of those?
I'll see if I can do more research on it, and we can come to a conclusion then.
Yes. That would be good to know in the future.
But I believe we have discussed all we needed to, so at this point we are simply chatting.
Yes.
Simply closing the gate.
Interesting. What's it for, if you don't mind me asking?
It is simply going to be the more private section of my home. As the section we are in here will be open to anyone, that will be the actual part of my home that is mine.
Makes sense.
I will be doing some private affairs down there, but as you know, I have very little to hide, if any.
Of course, of course. That's what I like about you. The other people I don't quite think are as honest.
Well, if you want any opinion of mine, simply ask.
What about the other nether dwellers, the ones that are making this bridge and all that? I don't know how.
Venus, the Blazeborn I met first, seems nice enough. However, I do believe he may be a little bit of a wild card.
I can tell the moment we left the nether, I haven't seen him since. He just ran off on his own, so.
He teamed up with Ignis.
Ah.
Ignis is the other Blazeborn I met, and I only met him briefly before I was attacked by the creeper in the Underdark. Which is where I lost my arm.
I've met him an alright amount. He's the one that showed me around the bridge and showed me around his area.
Interesting.
The other was not there at the time.
I did also meet another person recently, a Shulk merchant, who goes by the name Mahogany.
Interesting. Haven't met them.
Yes, they appeared just yesterday.
I see.
The last I saw them was at the Underdark before I went down.
Interesting that they'd be there.
Well, they first came here, but we traveled to the Underdark together, since
Ah, I see.
I believe he may be staying in the snowy village to the east.
Alright. Interesting. Good to know.
But as far as I know, it is not a very strong one yet, but I hope it can remain at least peaceful.
Yes, that would be good. We could use all the peace we can get.
On a second note, I was wondering if you would be interested in a world meeting.
What do you mean?
Well, I've met many people from several different parts of this world, and I was wondering if we could get at least a head of each group to meet in a single room.
I'd be interested in joining, yes, though at the moment I'm pretty much my own group.
Well, in that case, you would be the one to come, huh?
Yeah, seems so.
As far as I can tell, me, Zuby, Enid, and Samira are all a single group. We are loosely aligned, but we all have shared goals and shared area, so we are an alliance. I know the Goop gang that lives at the Stick in the Swamp. They are a single group composing of 4 people. I do not know all of their names yet. And then I do know that there is also the other Nether Dwellers.
I've not... Who are these slime people you mentioned? I've not heard of them before.
Allow me to get my Book of Relations so you may read about them.
Alright. I wonder about them.
It starts on page 12. I do not have info on the 4th member.
Alright.
The book depicts my personal feelings of them. Do not take that as your own statement.
Well, as I have not met them at all, it's good to have a bit of knowledge of what they're kind of like. What is the stick?
The stick is their religious site.
Excuse me, what?
The stick is their religious site. It is a monolith of wood and stone that stretches into the sky.
That sounds both insane and impressive.
It in fact is. It's also very terrifying, as I almost died there when phantoms...
Interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Glad I will be valuable for information.
Well, that is because you are from the Red Ruin. As I said, I have nothing to hide.
It's good to know that, I mean, it's good to just be able to know exactly, you know, plans, future, you know, not having to worry about it being hidden or anything. That's honestly a very good thing to be able to know.
I do have a current plan hidden. However, it is only about a shop, not about any destructive plans.
Well, if it's just a shop, I mean, oh no, you're hiding a shop.
Well, the shop is yet to be built.
That makes sense.
I was hoping that after the Nether Highway is built, I could use that. However, hearing it may be made of magma, that could put a hole in that plan.
Yes. It's a small bridge with the middle being magma and then just the side parts being made out of normal, I believe, netherrack. But the main middle part of the bridge is dangerous.
I see. Is there a railing?
Not yet. As you can tell from mine, I built my railing at the moment I built mine, but theirs seems to still be very dangerous. I don't know.
See.
I don't know if I like theirs.
Well, maybe we could speak to them together and have that fixed for certain bridges.
That would be good, as I'm a Nether dweller, and I can't even be safe on that bridge. I could fall in the lava. I can't walk on their magma. Like, even as a Nether dweller, that place is unsafe for me. Like, that's gotta be dealt with.
Well, I'm glad you brought that to my attention, as I have paid 2 diamonds for this service.
I see. Then you'd think it would be more to your liking.
Allow me to grab something real quick.
Alright. How strange that he had to pay for something that he doesn't even get any control over. Like, you'd think it would be built in a better way. How strange. How strange indeed.
Alright. Do you have anything else to discuss?
I do not believe so, no.
In that case, I believe we're done here. You may stay as long as you like to chat, but we no longer need to stay in the meeting room.